Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to another Total War Warhammer 2 guide. Today we are looking at the Kroxigors, which are these big sort of troll-like lizards, and the Feral Carnosaur, which is, as a tabletop gamer of old, this is all new to me. Interestingly, in the tabletop game, the Kroxigors, the Games Workshop Warhammer Fantasy of old, the Kroxigors, you can have them as their own unit, but you can also have them in a unit with skinks. And the skinks would give you just a much bigger unit, and the Kroxigors would do the damage, so it gives you more ranks for combat resolution. You'll know what I'm talking about if you're a Games Workshop player, but just, interesting snippet. So let's have a look at these two units and see if they're worthy of being used in your battles, or whether you should just pretty much ignore them. First off, let's, as always, have a look at the models. I'm loving the models. Not my favourite. They've adapted them a little bit. They're more like crocodiles. Before they were a bit more stretched out, like the miniatures I'm talking about. They're a bit elongated, taller, thinner sort of thing, and I think I prefer that. But they're not too bad. I like the war paint and everything. And then as we've seen the Carnosaur before in the other guide videos, but just spectacular. Got to give credit. This is special credit to the texture people. Let's get rid of that. The textures on these units are really good. They've really nailed that sort of scaly skin look. But let's have a look at them. Let's see what we can see about these dudes. So first off, we've got the Kroxigors. They come in units of 16. They are very much the troll of the Lizardmen army. They are armoured, they are armour-piercing, and they have predatory senses, meaning they can spot nearby hidden units, and they have primal instincts, which we'll go over in a minute. So for a unit of 16, they have a shit ton of hit points, as you'd expect. 7,904 hit points, really good armour of 100, good leadership of 70, speed is pretty decent as well. I think that's quicker than a troll, isn't it? I'm not sure, I'm just doing it from memory. Melee attack at 26, defence 26, which is meh, and a weapon strength of 84, and that is 62 of that is armor piercing, and they also has a bonus versus infantry. That's because they're long weapons, sort of sweeping attacks, just killing a load of dudes in one go, and they've got a relatively average charge bonus. They can attack walls and sieges and stuff, and they cause fear. They can hide, which is quite remarkable considering the size. And they have the primal instincts, much like the Saurus, because they're basically Saurus's big brother. So if their hit points is less than 50%, they have the chance to rampage, meaning you can't give them orders anymore. They are just going to fight the closest unit. They are just going to kill fools, which means tactically it makes it a bit more difficult, because you can't remove a unit from combat. If you're up against something that's anti-large, you might want to try and get out of combat, but you can't if they're rampaging. But for this unit, you mainly want to get stuck in. I think that's not too bad. So overall, a pretty good unit. Let's have a look at the Feral Carnosaur. So it's armoured, armour-piercing, and anti-large, which is, the anti-large is very nice. It has almost the same hit points as the entire unit of Kroxigor. Leadership 60, speed 75, so nice and quick. Melee attack of 38, melee defense of 40, weapon strength of 465. I know a lot of this is going to be armor piercing, 350, and a bonus versus large as well, 35, and a good charge bonus of 58. It causes, it has the missile resistance, 15%. It can go after walls. It causes terror. It has, unfortunately, it has the rampage, which is the worst version of the primal instincts, meaning the rampage can happen at any point and it will go nuts. But obviously you pay a cheaper price because of this. And finally, it has the great ability that is Frenzy, which is an augment on itself, and it's constant unless it drops below 50% morale. Plus 12% weapon damage, 8% charge bonus, melee attack, and immune to psychology. Sorry, that's my phone. So really, really, really useful. As part of the army, it's tough because there's also a feral Stegodon and Bastillodon that I probably like a little bit more, because the trouble with this is that Whereas the Bastillodon and Stegodon are more like tanks, heavily armoured tanks. So if they started rampaging and you didn't control them anymore, you know at least they'd tie up the enemy for a long time. The Carnosaur, on the other hand, does more damage, but it's weaker. If it's up against guys that are anti-large, it's not going to last very long, and you have no way of getting it out there. With these like manoeuvrable, quick characters with 75 speed, you want to be able to just get out of combat, charge into somebody else, charge through their lines, get somebody else. But you're not going to be able to do that. So I'm probably not going to use the Feral Carnosaur. I think there's better options. But the Kroxigors are a very solid mainline force for me. They are, you know, you could either go for like blocks of Saurus Warriors as your main force, or you could have maybe sort of 3 or 4 blocks of Saurus Warriors with some Kroxigors right in the middle as well. They're very much along the same lines. The added benefit of that they cause fear as well. I'm definitely going to use a unit of these. Not too sure about the Feral Carnosaur, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Please do leave a like, subscribe, comment about your, how you're getting on. Tell me that I'm wrong about the Feral Carnosaur. I'm happy to learn. I'm not the world expert on Lizardmen tactics, so this is just my thoughts on it. But thank you very much for watching. Go check out all my other Warhammer 2 content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.